Welcome, everyone, to a piece of college football history as we crown this season's national champion. There's been so much that's gone into getting here, twists and turns, and now it builds to this, the battle for supremacy. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see the number 2 seed in this playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the ACC, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. Here we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. So it'll be a touchback, ball spotted at the 25. Guys up front lined up. It's first down. And the wideout goes in motion. First down. Looking to throw the football. Makes a quick catch. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Oh, the quick throw falls incomplete. So on the opening drive, it's now 3rd and 4. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
Well, I've always said I think this quarterback all year long has been able to be as consistent as any quarterback in the country. And when you get the 3rd down, you've got to trust that he's going to make the right decision and throw an accurate ball to give you a chance at a first down. There's another example of it right there.
Looking to throw it again. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. Tackle is made, just a short gain after the completion.
Wow, they get positive yards here, but you have a sense that they wanted a little bit more with that pitch and catch.
That completion makes it 2nd down. And the quarterback keeps it here. He's brought down out at the 46.
Well, there's just so many things happening on these read option plays, and they happen fast. This defense has done a good job of trying to prevent this quarterback from hitting the big play. He gets some yards here, but at least he didn't get out for a big gainer.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. QB to the tight end for a completion. Brought down at the 40. That'll be a first down.
In all of our prep work coming into this national championship, I really wondered how this secondary would hold up against this quarterback and this group of receivers. They better be ready to make some adjustments because right now, this quarterback is having his way with it.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Man, the defensive coordinator has to be fired up about this play. The thing that he has to love is that his defense and their technique was right on point. They didn't lose their leverage. They stayed with the play and didn't just go after the quarterback.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. And the ball is hauled in.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Third down and short on the 8th play of this opening drive. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. It's an out route. The catch made. He moves the ball to the 21 and a fresh set of downs.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
The offense readies for play number 10 in this drive. Second down, we're going to throw it. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now third down coming up.
Boy, the defense rolls the dice here on this screen pass. If they don't hit this quarterback, this is a big play. But give them credit. They were able to get to him before they were able to complete that pass.
This was a promising drive, but back-to-back incompletions makes it 3rd and 10. Quick throw, testing the middle. Makes the catch downfield. He's tackled right after the catch, but the offense really threatened. 1st and goal at the 5.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
1st and goal, we'll try to run it in. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, this is what I love to see from a defense. As the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
So off the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 7. Here's the handoff, testing the middle. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
It's a nice play by this defense, and now you're thinking about third down and goal from around the 5-yard line. You got a real shot to come up with a stop here. Whether they run it or throw it, you get a stop here and maybe hold them to 3 points.
They punch it in on the opening possession. It's 3rd and goal now. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Short throw, running back makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
And the coach elects to send out the field goal unit. The setup at the right hash mark, so a tricky angle here. And it's good. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. And this one will be fair caught. First down here for this offense. The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Running out of time in the pocket. Looking to set up a screen pass here. Breaks loose at the 40. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. offense gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
So here we go, off the huge gain they set up now suddenly in the red zone for 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Love. He's got it right near the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Bama.
That kind of play is almost impossible to defend. When the quarterback is throwing the ball with that kind of accuracy and timing, and the receiver runs a route like this, good luck trying to stop it. So maybe this is a great start for this combination, this quarterback and receiver, for a big day.
Kick goes through, so it's 7-3. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? It's a screen pass complete to the running back. They're finally able to stop him, but the defense is fooled a bit on that screen play. It's a solid gain for a 1st down.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
How aggressive will they be on this 1st down play? Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Jump ball's caught by the running back.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
The completion makes it 2nd and short. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Oh, and it's a fumble. Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover.
Boy, the defense showing their team speed on that play, flying around that receiver. He made the catch, but he didn't do a good job of securing the football, and the ball comes out.
So it turns out that was a smart move by the head coach using the challenge. The officials overturned the previous ruling on that play. And the Tar Heels line up on 1st and 10 now. Snags the quick throw. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect 3rd down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Now it's 3rd and short on the 24. One of those line of scrimmage battles that could help decide this game. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
So on fourth down, they will settle for a field goal attempt. After making his first attempt, they'll try again from 41 yards out. Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. Line getting set up. It's a first down play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Finally goes out of bounds after gobbling up big yardage on that run. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a designed run. Got space, looking to score. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Chris, how about the offensive coordinator here trusting his quarterback to be able to make a play on the design QB run? Knew he'd take care of the ball and get positive yards, and he did even more. Comes up with a touchdown.
The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. And the North Carolina offense is back out there on the field. Remember, it was a field goal on the last possession. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Pass not complete, but there was a lot of contact there, and here comes a late flag.
Man, playing defensive back has got to be the toughest job out there right now in college football. You get isolated on islands against these freaky, talented receivers. It's hard enough to be able to stay up with them and try to make a play on the ball, and often you end up bumping them downfield and you get a call like this.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the play is good enough for a first down to move the ball to the 44.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. It's an option look. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it. And the Tar Heels come up to the line to crank the tempo up here.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Receiver makes the catch. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. And the Tar Heels come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Handoff here from the shotgun. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now. How aggressive do you get on 1st and 10? Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Throw to the sideline, steps out after a short gain. Wide open over there, downfield. Kirk, what happened on the coverage that time?
Chris, I don't know how you lose the big tight end like that, but they did. I think it's just blown coverage. Whatever defense they were in, they need to make some adjustments, make sure that doesn't happen again.
Heads-up move by the head coach using that challenge. Officials will reverse the call on the field after taking a closer look. And the Tar Heels are going to cash in here in the red zone. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Second down play coming up. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Fighting him off.
You know, the good thing about this play is it's not an explosive play, but it really gives you a chance now to be able to pick up a first down here on this next play.
So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. Caught quickly. And the Tar Heels look to keep this drive moving.
Hey, I don't blame the defense here at all, Chris, for bringing the blitz. It's third down and short. You got to get pressure on the quarterback, but you got to tip your cap to this quarterback. I think he was anticipating the blitz, so he's able to get the ball out of his hands quickly and pick up the first down.
Fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Looks to his left and makes the completion. Tackled at the 8 after the completion.
That's what makes this tight end so dangerous. You can flex him out into that slot position. He shows you his versatility. He can be an inline guy that can block, but here he shows you what he can do with his hands.
Looking to pass here on second down. Short throw to the back, an easy completion. Tackled at the 2 after the completion. The defense really up against it now.
Chris, I love the versatility of this running back. We're seeing what he can do on full display on this drive. He's been running the football very well. This time they get him the ball out of the backfield, catching it, and he gets another positive gain.
They'll try to run for the first down.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Fourth down, going for a first down or a touchdown here. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout. The decision is not to go for it on fourth down. Here comes the field goal team. This will be a chip shot from just 20 yards away. Right down the middle.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. Great possession last time. They punched it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? A pop pass on the jet sweep. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Catch made on the out route. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
You call it quick out on third down. I think that tells you the confidence you have in a quarterback to be able to make that throw. And on top of that, a little surprised the defense would give that kind of cushion to be able to give him room to pick up that first down.
It's a solid run, gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. To the air, it's low. He's moving out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure. Just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. There's the handoff. But they tackle him after just a 2-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 8.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Challenging play for the offense. They face 3rd and long here from their own 43. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Looking for the tight end, and it's caught. They get him at the 42. Good enough for a first down. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback. And the clock stops now for the 2-minute warning. A chance to strategize here before we reach halftime. This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. They'll run it here. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Chris, it's pretty surreal to get to the national championship in this day and age of college football when everybody wants to spread you out and throw the football. This offense has been pounding the rock all year long. And here, how about the first half? This back is having a big day.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. A timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
Well, wide receiver screen can be hit or miss. Either receiver finds a nice crease and picks up big yards, or the defense completely negates that. The team speed from the defense here wins that play.
Third down play for this offense. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Moves the football to the 30. Good enough for a first down.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back that is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And the tailback's got it again. Fighting off the defender. Did well to avoid a loss there, but it's no gain on the play.
The offense has had really good rhythm in this drive, running the ball, throwing the football. It seems like every play has been positive yards until that stop right there by the defense.
This will be the 9th play on the drive. And he cannot escape the defense with a sack.
Chris, he's getting in there so quickly. You might want to consider a chip block with either the tight end or a running back to slow him down. He's just too talented out there.
This will be the 10th play of the drive, but it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Love. Pressure comes, and once again, no escape.
They just felt that one coming. 3rd down and long. Those defensive linemen are in that sprinter stance. They know the offense is going to have to throw. Great job of using that athletic ability and speed to get after the quarterback to come up with that sack.
Offense stops the clock with their 2nd timeout to talk strategy. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. And the field goal is good. And that field goal, the final play of this opening half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. And the Tar Heels will kick it off to begin the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Important possession here to begin the 3rd quarter as they try to continue momentum from the first half and build on this lead. Caught in the flat by the running back. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, plays like this are what Alabama offense is all about. They run the football, and then they're efficient within their passing game. Think about it. They won a couple national championships with Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron by just being efficient and playing smart at the position and being a great complement to that running game in the defense.
And he just throws it away.
Man, I like this play. And not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Chris, you know me. I love to see defensive backs and especially corners that are willing to come up and get physical against the run game. What a job of making that play in space. No gain because of the play in that corner.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Contact as he threw it. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big 3rd down defensive play.
Well, this is exactly what the defense talked about at halftime, coming up with a stop to start this second half. Now they've done that on this 3rd down. We'll see what happens with the decision on 4th down, but the defense looks at a very different kind of energy to start the second half.
And a returner brought down by the coverage team. And the Tar Heels offense is back out on the field. Last time out, they moved the ball well, but had to settle for a chip shot field goal. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll raise 2nd and inches, but sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Receiver makes the grab. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Let's take a deep shot here. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
Well, they come close to hitting a big one here to start this second half of the National Championship. And even though they missed that, I think it gives you an idea they're going to open up this playbook. You might as well leave it all on the table when you're playing for all the marbles.
Incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Finds his man. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Looking to throw yet again. It's a quick grab. The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength.
Boy, the defense missed an opportunity to here, put a lot of pressure on this offense. They allow them to convert. They could have got them to 4th down with the lead that they have. Boy, this could have been a knockout punch.
That's reeled in. It's Anderson. They stop him at the 23. This offense is getting close to the red zone.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the National Championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss just having one of those dream performances.
And the Tar Heels will have 1st and 10 here. A quick throw out left, complete. Heads out of bounds after a solid game, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game, they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield. But it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
And he'll set up to throw. He's got it near the end zone. Brought down, but the catch moves the ball all the way down to the 1.
That's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility, what he can do from that slot position. He can be the quarterback safety blanket.
Solid game puts him in good position for 2nd down and goal. Motion now from the tight end. He'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, UNC. That's a crucial response by this offense, but still plenty of work to do here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, I love that they're still fighting and competing. You can tell they've made some adjustments at half and try to get them back into this game. And that score is a great start.
Coach deciding to go for the 2-point conversion to tie the score right here. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And it's incomplete on a very quick throw.
Defense not fooled at all there. Nice job of stepping up and stopping that 2-point conversion.
Now they get set to kick it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. Breaking free at the 35. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first and keep this drive moving.
One play moves the ball to the 45. It'll be first down. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He's brought down, but not before crossing midfield of the 42.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And that run is good for first down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. Quarterback will throw this out of the RPO. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quick throw by the quarterback off the RPO. They'll get him, but he put the spin cycle on that defender. Wow.
This defense has got to be aware of these quick throws to these wide receivers. They're lucky he didn't come up with more yards.
First and 10 now for the offense. Back in motion now. Looking to chuck it again. And the pass is just thrown away. Clearly intentional grounding. And here comes the penalty mark. Second down play coming up for this offense. This time it's complete. Ball carrier wrapped up and brought down.
The key here, Chris, is the timing by the quarterback. The fact he got the ball out quickly gave his receiver a chance. One more hitch or a slight hesitation, and that's an incompletion or an interception.
Now it's third and short from the 22. You expect this is four-down territory. Let's see what they do on third down. Scanning the field. It's low. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
Alabama getting set for the first and 10 now. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Throw to the running back in the flat. He's got some room. Can he get there? Touchdown, Alabama. Strong game by this quarterback.
I'll tell you what, a screen pass is tough to do, but when executed well, the result is this. Perfectly timed by the quarterback to drop it off to the back, gets the big lineman in front of him, all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
No problem with PAT right down the middle. Kickoff team is on the field to move this one away. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And here comes the North Carolina offense back out onto the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. Can the defense make adjustments? Looking to throw it on first down. Pressure is coming. On the junior, gets home, making a sack there.
Chris, this one's on the quarterback, in my opinion. He's got to have a better feel and a presence in the pocket to be able to either check it down or get rid of the ball. You just can't take the sack.
These big guys up front will have to regroup now. It's 2nd and 14. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
3rd down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Quarterback making some changes at the line. Now in 3rd and very long, looking to throw. Takes a shot as he gets the pass off. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Tackle made quickly, but a big chunk play for this offense through the air. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Pre-snap motion from the offense. They're going to run the option. Bites off a defender. And they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play. That one hurts. Backs him up 10 yards. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They call the draw play here. He's found some room at the 45. They bring him down. It's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down. They'll run it to the left. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
There's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. Wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that and either running it himself or maybe making a nice throw.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down.
Hey, it's got to start somewhere. That's a nice conversion here on 3rd down. You got a long way to go, but maybe a little momentum here. Let's see what they can do coming off of that nice play.
And the Tar Heels are on the move here. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of a defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Makes a quick grab. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the the chemistry between these two.
Third and short now for the offense for the plus 25. Already in field goal range, but can they convert, keep the drive going? But it's incomplete. They miss an opportunity, and now it's fourth down.
With third down and short, they decide to throw the football, roll the dice a bit, doesn't work out. Now you're at fourth and short. You got to wonder, with this offensive line and this running back, do you run the football to convert, or do they try to go through the air again?
The offense stays on the field, down multiple possessions. Easy choice. Needs a completion here on fourth down. Makes a quick catch. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Risky call here by this offense. I thought the quarterback might wait a little bit longer for him to take his route beyond the sticks, but he gets the ball out of his hands. And how about the job by this receiver to fight for that first down?
And the Tar Heels will line up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Oh, look out, the football is free. Defense falls on the ball. Crucial takeaway. And he breaks loose down the left side. It's a foot race. The 10. Touchdown, tie. A fumble return for 6.
Oh, it's your worst nightmare if you're a quarterback. They bring the blitz. He doesn't recognize it. Ball goes on the ground. Defense does a great job of picking this thing up. That's exactly what they hope for. Catch the quarterback off guard. It works out. It gets him a touchdown.
Kicking team out for the PAT try. And the extra point up and good. They stretch the lead to 16 here in the fourth quarter. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Returner decides to fair catch this. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Drive off with some positive yards. They need to be able to put this ball in the end zone, get a two-point conversion, get the ball back, and then get another touchdown and another two-point conversion. So you're still within a couple possessions, but they need to get the ball down the field, and they got to go in a hurry.
Trying to find some room. It's Washington. Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down after that previous play. Offense looking to throw the ball. Down he goes, a sack.
Well, here we are in the National Championship, and you always talk about offense. And it is. It's become an offensive game. But how fitting to see this defense. This team has a nice lead, and a large portion of that has to do with the way they've been able to get after this quarterback. That's the second sack in this game.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. On third down, he drops to throw. And it's complete downfield. Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks.
Hey, it's a nice gain here, and they get the first down to stop the clock. But late in the game, trailing by a couple scores, these receivers have got to be thinking about getting out of bounds as often as they can to preserve that clock, to give them a real shot to come back to win it.
And the Tar Heels are moving quickly down the field. On first down, it's play action. Quick throw to his receiver. The pass is incomplete. He dropped the first down attempt here across the middle. Incompletion makes it second down. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tar Heels. This quarterback on fire today. So they find the reliable tight end, and he makes the defense pay that time.
You know, the receivers a lot of times get most of the attention, but don't forget about how potent a tight end can be. When you've got a player like this who can run routes, get a serious weapon that they can utilize, and they just did right there.
Coach makes the decision to go for a two-point conversion. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Quick throw, misses his mark there, incomplete.
A great job here by the defense on this conversion. Nice heads-up play to prevent the two-point try.
I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. And the receiving team has recovered. Looks like the hands team did its job. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Linebackers making some adjustments now. That's a design quarterback keeper. Got the first down, now looking for more. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Alabama has now moved into the red zone. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Important second down play coming up. And it's intercepted, the last thing they could afford. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. Inside the 30. Crosses the 10. Return, a pick six. Touchdown, Tar Heels. That's a huge touchdown. Still trailing, but a one-possession game with that trophy on the line right now.
Well, the national championship's on the line. The offense has done their job, and now it's up to their own defense. Can they get a stop and get the ball back to their offense with a chance to make this thing get really interesting?
PHC is good. They still trail, though. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. This one will be fair caught. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick six. And they recover from that right now. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense.
You can almost sense the coaches challenged this offensive line before they went out on the field, how important this drive is with the lead late in the football game. They are hitting people and pushing people around up front and being able to get positive yards on 1st and 10.
Here's the second down play. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Crossing the 40. Out of bounds after another huge chunk on the ground. What a job by this offensive line today. The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll feed the back again. Tackle made, but the gain moves the ball to 30. We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Looks like the offense will just take a knee here. Getting set. Here's second down. Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. And they've got him. So now it's 3rd and short from the 21 as this defense tries to make a stand and force a field goal attempt or a 4th down stop. And the defense bows up and stuffs him right at the line.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
That's it. It's official. We have our national champions. They're the last team standing at the top of the mountain, Kirk. National champions.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
Well, that's going to do it for us and wrap up another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Alabama Crimson Tide.